Back at it, everybody. So I promised on the last video I was going to do a comparison between the Generation 1 and 2 versus Generation 3 Type 65. So Mike's car on the last video was a Gen 1, and I'm going to detail that. Chassis is totally different. The chassis is pretty much like the original on the Gen 1s. I think the Gen 2s as well. Totally different animal. They're 4-inch tube, kind of like the Cobras, that ladder type deal. This thing, space frame, modern, totally different chassis. I do like that chassis because you can run undercar exhaust. And as you saw in Mike's, he can run it underneath and then also run the side pipes. Pretty sweet setup. But there's definitely not as much room inside. I mean, just looking inside that thing. Seats are closer together, I'm guessing by a couple of inches, hard to tell. But the body shape really was different, and that's what I'm going to go into detail in this video. So sit back and enjoy it, and hopefully we'll get a little bit out of this. So no chassis, just kind of basically simple there. The radiator angle is different. Lots of differences that, I'll try to point out. So thanks again. Hit subscribe, and hope you enjoy this because I've always wondered, and I think this should put it to bed for everybody. So thanks again.
I don't know if you guys can see this, but the wheel arches are definitely different. His is more, I think instead of being rounded over, they're a little more flat to the top, and they butt out a little bit more, as you can see on the Gen 1. The big difference, if you come back to here in the car, and then another thing I just noticed, the A-pillar is more narrow than on the Gen 3 over there. The definitely rear of the cars where it really gets different between the Gen 1, Gen 2, and the Gen 3. As you can see, his rear, and I'll get down here like this. Look at the angle. Hopefully you guys can see this. See the angle between the rear. His is much more angled back. Quite unique. I actually like the look better on these earlier ones. The hips are totally different. The top of the car between here and the bottom is definitely more compressed by about 4 inches. The upper wing is narrow at the top, so as you can see, this car here it's got a lot more height between here and here, and we figured out about 4 inches taller. So they've really, why? I don't know, but they've definitely changed the look of the car. Those are the things I can come up with right now, but this is a perfect way to see the difference. Gen 3, Gen 1. So a lot of things that are different. Pretty crazy. That. Okay, I just found another difference. So his scoop on the hood, he's got a much more upright angle, whereas the Gen 3 over here, this has got to go on my channel. You see this one here, they've actually extended it forward. It's more of a gentle upward. Just another difference. That's all I can tell you, just another difference.
Well, I hope you got something out of the differences between the Gen 1, 2 versus the Gen 3. Chassis totally different, so hopefully, but you can see the body differences, and I think the whole body is a little bit smaller. I don't know, maybe somebody can confirm. I wish I had a tape measure to really compare those two, but quite a few differences, especially the back part of the car, just the hips and everything. So but thanks again for watching. Next video, I've actually had some people that want to know, I've been dealing with Factory 5 now for quite a few years, built the Roadster, now this, and what it's like to deal with Factory 5 as a corporation. Are they good, bad, and different? I've had quite a few comments about that. So I may go into this just on a video of the good things, the bad things, maybe on my next video, so we'll see. But I've also got an autocross coming up too, so maybe we'll throw that up, and then it's going to be full-time prep to get ready for the Silver State Challenge. So that is going to be my focus over the next couple weeks after this autocross this weekend. So thanks again for watching. Hit subscribe, and we'll keep them coming at you until you beg for mercy. Thanks.